Tonight is on an island. It's about time we're making up. I told you wasn't with me waking up. Now you facilitate.
Hello and welcome back to another video. So today is gonna be another like girl chat, girl talk type of video. But I'm gonna do this more like a current event type of series where I'm eating some food. So I got my little noodles that I got getting ready, and I also got my juice. So get you some food, get you a drink, whatever you're doing. I'm not drinking any liquor because it's Lent right now and I'm giving up liquor for Lent. But I got my cranberry juice, I got my noodles, and we're just gonna have like a conversation about different topics that have been trending and stuff that's been going on. Cause a lot going on. It's always a lot going on, right? And y'all know I love to give my opinion. Y'all know I love to tell y'all how I feel about certain stuff. So let's get into this this conversation. So like I said, get your food, get what you need, and let's get into it. So the first topic that I want to talk about is this Rubi Rose and DDG thing that happened. I think it was like last week. I was supposed to make this video about this last week, but I actually ended up going out of town, so I didn't have time to film. So I want to talk about this because it's still going on. Because today DDG decided that he's gonna drop, or I think it was yesterday, when, I'm not really sure what day it was, but he decided to drop a song called I'm Petty or something like that. And basically he's just trying to, like, you know, throw shade at Rubi Rose, trying to make it seem like, you know, oh, she just mad because I don't want to be with her and blah blah blah. And like, let's be for real for a second. I saw so many different and like conflicting opinions on this whole situation, and it was some funny ones to me, in my opinion, mainly because it was like some girls like, oh, Rubi Rose is not a girl's girl, she should have privately told Haley, or I'm not really sure how you say it. Is it Haley? Haley? I'm not really sure how you say her name. Oh, she should have probably told her privately what's going on and blah blah blah. And I don't know where this girl thing came from, because number one, majority of women are not girls. If y'all were really girls, y'all wouldn't even be coming at Rubi Rose the way y'all were coming at Rubi Rose, because she really didn't do anything wrong. Like, no, she didn't even have to tell anybody what was going on and that he was messaging her. That's number one. Number two, she don't owe nobody nothing. She's not the one in a relationship. And I really don't understand this whole thing where it's like people feel like when this situation's like that, where it's like a third party situation, people will feel like there's the same amount of responsibility is on the third party. That person is not in a relationship. They don't owe nobody no respect, no nothing, no loyalty, because that's not their relationship. The man is the one who was in the relationship. The man is the one who should have been not DMing her for this to even come up. He should have not been DMing her, period. And I'm not understanding, like, when people will say that, oh, she should have handled it differently. Handled it differently how? Because the reality is, it don't really matter how a girl handle a situation like that. A lot of times, a lot of girls are not okay with that, and a lot of girls like pretend like they're okay with it, and they would have been like, oh, I want her to tell me. A lot of times, no, they don't. And a lot of times, even if you were to tell a girl this is what your man is doing, they're still gonna look at you sideways, and they're still gonna make you the enemy and not him. And that's kind of what happened here. Like, a lot of people have so much stuff to say about her, like, oh, we all know an ex like that. Like, it's obvious that he's not leaving her alone. Whether she's entertaining it or not, that's her business. But at the end of the day, she's single. She don't owe nobody nothing. He's the one in a relationship, and he's DMing her. He's doing all this stuff. But it's like, people don't care. And then Haley comes out and she's like, oh, the devil is trying to make things. The devil is not doing nothing. Your man is the one doing stuff. Let's stop blaming the freaking devil, all right? So let's stop blaming the devil and let's put responsibility back on the person who deserves responsibility, which is your man. Why is your man DMing his ex? Why is your man arguing with his ex on Twitter? Why is your man entertaining his ex? But of course, we're gonna blame the ex. Of course, that's what girls are gonna do. Oh, she's jealous. Oh, she still wants to be with him. No, she don't. No, she doesn't. Because obviously, if she still wanted to be with him, obviously it's not that hard to get up with him, as we can see. So she probably don't. She obviously don't like him that much, or she don't want him back that much. Because if she did, then she would be up there doing stuff with him. Because looks like he's a very easy guy to get in touch with if he wants to be in touch with. So just saying. So yeah, that's just my take on it. I feel like it was just a lot of smoke for Rubi Rose, and I didn't appreciate that. I don't feel like she deserved a lot of the smoke. I really don't even care for Rubi Rose neither. But I just don't feel like she deserved all the smoke that she was getting. Like, I feel like a lot of people were just doing the most. He was doing the most, you know what I'm saying? Trying to make it seem like it wasn't even like that. It was whatever. Like, sir, I guess. And it's just unfortunate because you just always see with women who are like really successful and like got a lot of stuff going on for themselves, how a lot of times men are just gonna be their downfall. Like, the man you're with is really gonna be your downfall. And I feel like this is gonna be one of those situations with Haley where it's like she's gonna have realized sooner than later he's just not it. Because what I've learned as I've been dating men is that when a man shows you who he is and what he's capable of doing, believe that. And 9 times out of 10, when you accept something, like if you accept like the man DMing girls and texting other women, and you're like, okay, whatever, and you accept it, he's gonna take it further. Because why wouldn't he? You already let that stuff slide. You really think he's not messaging other women or other girls? Like, let's be for real. He probably is. And the fact that she accepted it and it was so public too, and she still stayed, it's like, what incentive does he have to respect your relationship? And it's so unfortunate because she has so much going on for herself. You know, she's about to be the Little Mermaid, and he's making songs dissing his ex. Like, you're just embarrassing this girl. Like, let her live in her moment, because now we're not focusing on the fact that she's about to be in probably one of the biggest Disney movies, princess movies currently. Right now we're focusing on the fact that you're probably cheating on her. You're literally taking away from something so big and so important in her life. And it's just so selfish of him to do that, I feel like. And it's just sad, you know, but you know, people learn at their own pace. I feel like everyone learns at their own pace. She's gonna learn at her own pace that is just, he's just not it. And she will find her a better man eventually, but right now I guess she's just in her little young, dumb, and in love phase. And we really can't do nothing when a girl's in that phase. You just gotta let her write it out. So the next thing that I want to talk about is this tweet that was going around, that was going viral, and again with men and no effort. And it was going viral, and it goes, ladies, if a man invites you over for a nap and shower date, are you going? He's not made any sexual passes at you or even tried to previously. He just wants to bond honestly and genuinely. First of all, what the heck is a shower and nap date? How do you have a date while you're sleeping? Like, I don't understand how do you date somebody? How are you on a date with somebody and you're asleep? My thought of what a date is like, you're actually getting to know the person. Like, that's what dating is supposed to be. Dating is supposed to be, we're getting to know each other, we're talking to each other, we're trying to see if we're compatible. How the heck are you going to see if I'm compatible with you if we're asleep? That's number one. How are we going to see if we're compatible if we're asleep? And number two, a shower date is, and then what really killed me about this whole shower date thing is It's not sexual. Think about how intimate it has. If you ever taken a shower with a man or with a woman, think about how intimate that is. Y'all are literally booty butt naked in a shower. It's steaming. Y'all got bubbles going on. Literally at your most vulnerable state possible. And it's a very sexual thing. It's a very intimate thing. Now, whether y'all do something in the shower is up to you, but it's a very sexual thing to do with somebody. It's a very intimate thing to do with somebody. I'm not just hopping in the shower with a man that I'm not 100% comfortable with, and we're not doing stuff like...
You a freak. That's what you are. You a freak. You a freak.
What? No, that's not happening. Like, I'm just not hopping in the shower with a man that I'm not doing stuff with. It's just not happening. And so for him to say that is just crazy. When did dating become this difficult where it's just not like, it's just regular? Like, when did dating become all this craziness? All these, like, I thought dating, why can't dating just be dating? Like, we're going out to eat, we're going to a museum, we're gonna go sit down in the park, have a picnic, get to know each other. Like, when did dating become this is why you gotta keep your standard time, and you gotta be very, very specific about the stuff that you want, and don't let no man manipulate you into low effort stuff. This is some low effort, very freaky, don't want to do nothing but want to get the cookie type behavior. And no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that, okay? Like, it's not gonna happen. So that man and his shower and nap dates can go straight to the pits of y'all know where, because please, let's be serious. Like, let's be serious. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to talk about is this post that the Neighborhood Talk had put up that I thought was very interesting. And it says that according to a new study done by the Pew Research Center, 63% of men under 30 are single by choice because they are watching a lot of porn. I don't know if I can say the actual words. I'm gonna say corn instead of the P word, y'all, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So it says, researchers say that men in their 20s are more likely than women in their 20s to be romantically uninvolved, sexually dormant, friendless, and lonely. In 2019, only 51% of men between the ages of 18 and 29 were single, but now the number has jumped up all the way to 63%, causing concern for some of the younger generation. The main reason researchers believe the spike happened is because of the COVID-19 pandemic. It says you have to think that the pandemic had an impact on some of those numbers, said a psychologist and professor at the University of Redlands who studies masculinity. Young men are watching a lot of social media, they're watching a lot of porn, and I think they're getting a lot of their needs met without having to go out. And I think they're starting to make this a habit. Now, as for the women, the numbers couldn't be better. Only 34% of women under the age of 30 are single. Researchers believe that women genuinely like to have fun and be outside, not cooped up inside the house watching TV and porn like their male counterparts. Women don't need to be in long-term relationships. They don't need to be married. They'd rather go to brunch with their friends than to have a horrible date, said Greg Maddowes, a couple and family psychologist in Los Angeles. I got some thoughts, okay? I'm really not surprised that this is going on, mainly because of how OnlyFans is and how, in general, this is the trend of where society is going, where a lot of our interactions that used to be very much person to person has now become so much like just taken over by technology. You see it now at grocery stores. Like the other day I went to Walmart and literally everything is self-checkout now. Nothing is no longer going up to a register and actually talking to another person. Here's my money. You're doing everything yourself. And I feel like that's happening in every aspect of our life. Like technology is basically taking over. So I'm not surprised that a lot of men would rather turn to platforms like OnlyFans or any other type of platform for that matter to find that type of like connection with a woman. And number one, it's easier for them to do it. It's super interactive. Like if you know anything about OnlyFans is super interactive. You can literally go on live on there. You can send messages, you can send videos, pictures, you can send voice messages. I mean, there's sites where you can have phone calls, FaceTime. Like you can literally do everything possible with another person that you find attractive or whatever the case may be. And I just feel like a lot of men think like that's easier. Like actually having to date women and like be with a woman in real life is a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? Having an actual real relationship with a person, a human being, is a lot of work. It takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, just a lot. It's a big commitment. And why do that when you can just pay $20 and you can talk to this beautiful Instagram model that you've been following for years, that you've had a crush on for years, and you can see pictures of her and videos of her, and you can talk to her at night, and you can pay her money to do this and pay her money to do that. And the thing about those type of situations too is that a lot of men who like are funding these, you know, these lifestyles, who are paying for these type of services, a lot of them don't know how to decipher between real life and that's work for a lot of women. They do not know how to tell the difference. So they will really be talking to a woman for years online, never meet her, nothing. And they will send them, like we've seen it, like of men who have never ever met a woman or anything like that, and they'll send them $10,000 or put them on their will or just do these things that it's like, why would you do this for someone you don't know? But a lot of men, they think this is reality. They don't know how to decipher between what's real and what's fake when it comes to these type of situations. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the pandemic, you know, basically the pandemic made this happen. The pandemic made a lot of people more lonely too. So a lot of more people were going online trying to find somebody to talk to, and OnlyFans was like a good place for people to do that. So I'm not surprised that this is happening. Like I said, this is just the trend of where society is going. Like everything is becoming so much just like, we're just losing a lot of like real human connection and like real human interaction and just like real life stuff because of technology and how it's going. And it's kind of scary, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of messed up, because I feel like because we're losing so much of like a human connection now, it's just people are just less empathetic. People are going to be more prone to be more violent, in my opinion, because we're not going to be looking at human life the same. We're not going to be looking at people as like how we used to look at them. I don't know. I just feel like just the way society is going, it's going to mess up a lot of how our relationships are with people. That's why I feel like it's so important to just make sure you have real life conversations with people. Make sure you're actually speaking to people. Like when I go to stores, if the register is open and there's a cashier there, I'm going to the cashier, because number one, why am I scanning and putting stuff in bags? I'm not a worker. If I wanted to work at Walmart, I'd apply to work at Walmart. But I did not apply to work here. But I have to scan all my items, and I gotta bag my stuff, and I gotta put the money in, and I gotta get my receipt. I'm doing the job for y'all. So Walmart, stop doing that, because that's messed up. And those are real life jobs that people could be having. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure you have that real life interaction with people, because it's getting weird. Okay, so that is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what y'all think about this stuff, because I know it's a lot of information. How do y'all feel about men not wanting to date real women anymore? Do y'all care? Like, do y'all really care if men don't want to date us no more? Can they go stay online and leave us alone for real? Because I mean, technically speaking, a lot of women do live longer if we're single. So I'm just saying. But let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think about the Rubi Rose and DDG stuff. And then also let me know in the comments, what is the wildest type of date that a man has ever asked you on? Like, has a man ever asked you to do something so cheap and just so messed up where you're just like, what about me gives this? I'm trying to think if I had one. I don't really never had men ask me on cheap dates. I've had men ask me like for coffee and stuff like that, but for the most part, I've had men just really go all out for me when it comes to dating and courting me. So I've had really good experiences with dates. I've had men really just go above and beyond for me, which I'm really grateful because I've never had a bad date. I've had dates where it's like I've been on a date with a man and I know like me and him, we're not gonna work out, but it still wasn't a bad date. I just knew that me and him just weren't gonna click. But for the most part, men have really always gone above and beyond, like, to make sure that I had a good date with them. So, but if you had a bad date, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Has a man ever invited you over for a nap date or a shower date or something else, something crazy? Or what's the craziest date stories you guys have? I would love to hear it and just talk about it in the comments. So thank you guys so much again. Make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, and I will see you guys next time for the next video. Have a good day.